Right guys, and today we're going to be pulling the radiator out this Nissan Juke because it needs replacing. It has a small crack in the front of it which is leaking very slightly. It's only a slow leak, but it needs fixing. So we're under the front bumper and you can see it is just wet along that edge there, and that is because the radiator above here, you can't see it because of the condenser, is actually leaking on that bottom corner. And so basically the way I'm going to attempt to do this is by removing the bumper but not completely, and I'm going to try and keep the headlights in place too, and then take out this panel here. Now for this it does state that you should remove the bonnet. And don't forget guys, we also have a Patreon, so please head over there and check that out. I will start to upload short little update videos on that as well. As you can tell, I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment, so I'm trying to make the best of this video. That's why I don't sound too enthusiastic. But don't forget, check us out on Patreon and support the channel if you can. And then simply behind this trim there is literally a 10mm each side. You just undo that, and once you've undone those 10mm, you want to come up to the top here and just start popping these clips out for the grille. Right, so now the bumper's free. I've undone these two bolts on each side. Then we're going to undo that bolt and that bolt on each side, and that'll allow us to remove this core support. So because these bolts are so corroded, I'm going to be using some of this JLM multi-spray just to try and help free them off. So you're meant to remove the hood for this, hood bonnet, whatever you want to call it. But for this I'm just using a camera tripod, because obviously when you take this off, you remove the hood prop as well. So let's get to pulling this off and see what we've got to work with. Right, so now we've got the upper core support unbolted. I'm going to undo the bolts for the condenser and then pretty much figure the rest out as I go. I do feel like it's a lot easier just to take the bumper off, but it's a bit awkward when you're on your own. Right, so now at this point I've unplugged the fan, I've unbolted the condenser and slid a bit of cardboard down there. I'm going to try and get the fan shroud off. I've undone the pipe for the expansion tank, so in theory once this hose is out of the way I should be able to pull this off. Right, so now I've pulled the fan shroud out, I have a lot more room to get at everything, so I just undid this top hose and snapped every single bolt off in there because it's just old, rusty and right. So we've got the new radiator sat in here. My main concern is this radiator is slightly twisted, but it's not uncommon for things like this to happen, especially in storage. So we'll still give it a go with this one. So the fan shroud just drops down onto the new radiator, slots into these tabs down there and there. You can get it on with this in place, you just have to scooch it over that way a little bit and manipulate it and it will drop down. So unfortunately I'm having to rush this a little bit. I've got the front core support back in place, everything's all reconnected. I'm going to have to do some temporary quick fix for that, and everything's all bolted up, connected up, ready to put the bumper back on, which is simply literally just lift it up and clip it back into place. And so it's all back together now. This is fairly straightforward. I mean, refitting is reversal removal. Coolant's filled up again. I'm going to take it for a drive, make sure that it doesn't overheat or anything funky like that, give it a wash off and make sure that it's not still leaking. Well, we've made it to the petrol station and to the car wash, so I'll get the front end washed off. So far we're exactly where we should be. Quite happy about that, because that doesn't normally work out first time that easy. But the good thing about these engines is actually that the fill point is the highest point on the engine, which actually makes it a lot easier to bleed it up first time round and not end up with any trapped air pockets. So there we are, another job done, and that car is back on the road now. So hopefully this will hold out and we won't have any more problems with at least the cooling side of things, and we can move forward to the fun stuff. Anyway, that said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, check out the channel, check out everything else on there, see if there's any more useful videos you guys would like. And if you did find this useful, please go check out our Patreon, and if you can, support us on there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.